what should be our right positioning? Should we say that we need to defeat death? Should we say that we need to defeat just aging or diseases? My position, briefly, on that question is that there should be different organizations, there should be different parties, different in their uh, radical, in their radicalism. I mean, one party might say that we want to defeat death, that we want to live forever, up until the heat death of the universe, and maybe even later. Maybe we could even make something with the heat death of the universe. And that party would probably not enjoy a large support uh, in elections, but it would still move the overtone window. It would uh, facilitate the understanding of our ideas by people. It would probably attract a lot of real activists who are very passionate and strive for the maximum possible value. There should be also another party that calls for defeating cancer, because there are 5% of people in European Union who just now have cancer right now, and they have like maybe, I don't know, 15%, 20% people who living in European Union, for their relatives, friends, and for whom it's also very important that cancer to be defeated ASAP. There are a lot of people who uh, have Alzheimer, either late or early stages, and there are a lot of their relatives as well. And for them, it's also very important that Alzheimer to be defeated ASAP. So there should be a political party that puts emphasis on these 2 points. And that political party would likely enjoy much more support. And I surely think that this political party should generally agree that aging should be cured, that all diseases should be cured, that it would be good, and we should strive for that people would live indefinitely long, as long as they wish. But that should probably not be their main emphasis. Should be a secondary emphasis. The main emphasis, good for the elections, for votes, is defeating cancer, Alzheimer, ASAP, and maybe some other diseases like osteochondrosis and so on. Maybe there might be some political parties even in between. Like there is a hypothesis within scientific communities that maybe we should pay much more attention to fighting aging. Like currently, a lot of money goes to fighting diseases, cancer, heart diseases, and so on, like COPD, atherosclerosis, and so on, dementias. But some people say that not enough attention currently is going to prevention of these diseases. Some people believe, like some scientists believe, that there might be some common mechanisms which can be addressed easier than trying to address the diseases when we already have them. That might be true, I don't know. Like, judging by the distribution of funding in science that currently takes place, we might say that probably the concept of aging, as I have formulated it before, is not really the current scientific consensus. Like maybe the current scientific consensus might be that we might address the early stages of pathogenesis of the diseases within the scope of um, like National Cancer Institute, National Heart Institute, and so on, like within the scope of diseases themselves. But anyway, maybe there should be a political party that tries to convince people and scientists and parliament members that we should put much more attention and money into aging research. Like, for example, NIH, National Institute of Health, funding is about $45 billion every year. And out of that money, just about $4 billion goes to NIA, National Institute on Aging. But even within NIA, most of the money goes to Alzheimer's research, dementia's research. And the money that goes just to aging itself, like I formulated it before, is just about like $300 million a year, maybe $400 million a year, something like that. So only about 1% of National Institute of Health budget funding goes to aging research. Some scientists argue that it is too low and should be increased, like at least doubled, tripled, or so. And relative to overall NIH budget, giving an extra $1 billion a year to National Institute on Aging to study aging, maybe it's a good solution. I certainly would give that money if I would make such decisions. So there should probably also be a political party on cryonics, because a lot of scientists also believe that we should research better technologies for cryopreservation. Like maybe even current technologies are already good enough, at least when performed under very good conditions, to cryopreserve person and preserve enough information that in future it would be possible to reheat that person back to life and cure of all diseases that that person had, so that person would like wake up from a very long cryogenic sleep and live as long as that person wishes in the future. So it's that person would not have actually died. He just lives and lives, and he defeated the death, even if we currently don't have the technologies. to defeat aging and diseases. Anyway, there should be a party, I think, that has an emphasis on cryonics. There should be a party that has emphasis on cryonics research, better cryonics research. There are some frogs that might be freezed to like minus 35 degrees or so Celsius and then successfully revived. And so the first step would be creation of like mouse that can be freezed and then revived, and so on, up to the primates and then to humans. But also another aspect of the problem with cryonics is that we need to give possibility to already living and already dying people to use already existing technology for cryonics, because it gives them a chance, and we can't really assess how big that chance is. But when we speak about the most important and valuable thing that we have, our life, the life of our like relatives and friends, and even a small chance is very important. And that party should probably lobby for state-funded cryonics, or at least changes in laws so that cryonics can be implemented easier by people who are willing to make some cryonics companies. So there should be, in my opinion, a lot of different political parties, but not too lot, maybe. Not too much, not too many. But at least like 3 or 4, at least 2 political parties there should be. We should have. Because otherwise we would have a long discussions which are essentially not very useful about our positioning, and people who want to say that we should defeat death, we should live forever, and so on. And other people would just tell them, don't say that. We should not frighten our people who would vote for us. So there would be not very good situation. I think therefore we should have several political parties. That's basically what I wanted to say you in this video. Thank you for watching.